City.tv.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Southern Regionals of 2018 here in Strathalbyn, South Australia. We have Outbreak Mountain playing Hot Chili. Outbreak Mountain from South Australia, local Adelaide team. Hot Chili, of course, from Melbourne, Victoria. And this match is a semi-final. This is to get into the final and the potential for a top 2 seed coming out of the South region, heading into the national tournament here later in 2018. It's going to be held in the Gold Coast this year. This game is going to be interesting. In recent history, well, Chile have had the goods on whatever incarnation of the men team comes out of South Australia, whatever their name might be. It was Karma a while back, Outbreak, as a result of a name change a couple of years ago. So we see that the bird of prey, Tom Rugaki, is going to be pulling here for Hot Chili. It's different names and different faces out there. I'm going to do my best. It's a big pull to start. It's going to sit nicely as well. Warren White underneath it. Roden going to come near side to Ogden. Receiver streaming deep. Likes to go under. That's Foley with the disc now. He bounces off the mark. Warren White elects not to go down the line. Lots of movement down the line. That's Whiten. Goes into space to Eichner, and that's a quick first point there for Outbreak Mountain. They are climbing here. The South Australian team, this Adelaide team, South Australia has never had what you would call success at nationals. They've always fallen short despite Joel Pilar Rogers' best efforts over the years. Pilar Rogers, of course, spent a couple of years in Sydney with the Colony teams. Was a big part of them winning a couple of titles. It was great to see Joel finally get a national title after so many years of trying with Karma and the various incarnations of the men's team from South Australia. Moved towns with his then fiancée, now wife, Alex Pilar Rogers. So we're going to see an Outbreak D-line, and this could be their chance to set themselves up early in this game. If they go up a break here, it could be a good thing. If Outbreak want to consider themselves a title hopeful this year, they want to consider themselves a chance at nationals, you would have to say that they're going to have to beat competition like Hot Chili. These strong, experienced and well-drilled teams from the other states. Looks like Mike Larson is signaling he's ready. Andy Baddix is going to take the pulling duties to start here for Outbreak. That disc is going to slide and stay in. No, it's just going to head out of bounds. So Larson is going to go to the brick mark, I would say. It looks like it. So defensive set now for Outbreak. Looks to be man, and the offensive scheme is going to be a horizontal. See Mike Baker down the field. Big-bodied thrower. Larson's just going to air it out. Sean Davis is in the area. The read, the grab over Davis. Chile, they leveled it up at 1-1. You see them rushing the field. That's a great grab there. Davis was a little bit under the receiver and couldn't quite make up the distance to come up with a play there. See a replay now on the screen. Mike Larson just sends it to the end zone from the brick mark. Good looking deep throw, airs it out. Breeze catches it a little bit, helps it out. Davis caught underneath it. Can't quite climb up there, and a brilliant grab from the Hot Chili receiver. The celebration's pretty good too. So we're back live now, and it looks like this Hot Chili O-line is going to punch this one in. No, sorry, this is the Hot Chili D-line. Tom Regacki is playing defense. That's what threw me off there. I figured the Gack would be playing offense, but he's put himself on the D-line. So he is going to be pulling again for Hot Chili. Instructions are going back to the sidelines as to the line call and the defensive scheme that they're going to run here. Try and get a turn out of the Outbreak offensive line that looked very, very smooth in the last point. Good looking pull. It's a big pull that's going to land just in front of the end zone line. Roden with a confident catch there, down low. Roden goes quick to Pilar Rogers. Rogers around to Foley. Looks inside, is going to reset with a lefty backhand to Pilar Rogers. Looks to be working in the handler against the Gack. Roden looks to go around, and he just dropped the disc there. He went to throw it and dropped it. Regacki is just going to go straight to the end zone to his receiver, who's just screaming. And the Gack, that's what he's known for. Pick it up and throw it in the end zone. His receivers know what he's all about, and I'm surprised that Outbreak didn't talk about that one. So that's 2-1. Chile going up a break here early in this semi-final matchup. They've made the start that they wanted to make there. A little bit unfortunate for Tom Roden. And that throw was just perfect. I thought he'd thrown it too far out of the hand. It looked like it was going to go too strong, but great wheels. Catching up the flight of the disc, and it just seemed to pull up partway through the flight. Just excellent touch on the throw, and it's going to be D again here. The score will get updated in a second. You just catch up where. I mean, that's what us commentators are here for. We're here to talk smack and make snide remarks about the work of all the other more talented people, including the players, including the techs, including the team here from Multi TV. Mike Palmer and his team doing an excellent job as per usual. If you've got a tournament coming up here in Australia or even overseas and you want it covered with a high degree of professionalism, you should contact the Multi TV people and get them to come out. And that is a very nice pull. A little bit of breeze there helping it. Ogden in his own end zone. He's going to find Warren White on the other side of the field. Eichner makes the cut across the field. It looks like a horizontal set. Tonkin into space to Roden. Roden goes pro backhand to Whiteman. And Ogden catches the disc, bidding Hot Chili defender. Eichner, beautiful forehand into space. Beautiful forehand into space. The disc was there to be D'd. And it goes past the face of the Hot Chili defender. Whiten with the catch in the end zone. One after the other down the sideline, floating forehands, excellent execution of skills. We see here on the replay, we go back to it, Ogden first with the floating forehand, and then to the young receiver, Eichner, who does the same, back to Ogden. And, I mean, the defender was there. All he had to do was leave his feet. He'd done the hard work, covered it. The receiver with great athleticism, but just couldn't commit to making the play there. And well, that's 2-all with Outbreak. They're down the break, but have the opportunity now. They're going to have lots of opportunities in this game. If they can get a turn here, create the opportunity to score, it'll be great for their confidence in this game. The belief that yes, they can do this. Yes, they can run with a great team like Hot Chili, full of great players, lots of talent, and not only talent, but realized talent. It's one thing to have the potential, it's another thing to actually turn that into something. Here, Pilar Rogers there, loud on the sideline, telling his team they need to make it harder. Make it hard on these guys. I suppose that's a bit of a secret to Ultimate. It doesn't matter how good they are at the game. If you make it hard on them, oh, Mike Baker with the receiver streaming deep, he short arms it, and it flies at about waist height down to the brick mark. Davis is going to pick it up, throw it to his fellow Sean Schrader with the trademark bird backhand. He gets hand blocked. He's going to call something here on Mike Larson. I mean, it's hard to say what happened there. I mean, if Greg still had that in his hand, it's easy to foul the player there. They're going to sort it out. We don't have a great angle on that one, unfortunately. We're screened here. See Mike and Greg just using the disc to discuss this out. They'll sort it out. They'll come up with the right call, whether it's contested or uncontested. They'll make the play. Looks like it's going to be a contested foul on the throw, which is fine. I mean, that's a 50-50 ball, that one. That could go either way. Schrader engages the dump. Lace goes up the line. He's covered well by Baker. It's just too far. Ultimate karma, perhaps. Maybe that was a hand block. Junker's going to pick up the disc. We spoke a lot yesterday about Tom Regacki and how perpetual he seems. Larson's going to air it out. Davis again under the disc. And this time, it looks like a foul call on Davis. He went up with a little bit of sideways there. A little bit of sideways, a little bit of contact. I don't mind that. And they're going to have a chat, talk it out. It's probably going to be a common thread in this game. Hot Chili known for their calls. It's going to be an uncontested strip call. So that's going to result in a goal. Some of the players on the sideline helping us out there. Thanks, boys. Uncontested strip. I don't know about that one. An uncontested foul, yes. But I don't know if he had that one in the hands. We'll have to go back to the replay, see if he had that disc under control. I mean, it's probably a foregone conclusion, though. A foul in the end zone results in the disc coming back to the front of the end zone. And the play continuing from there. We see on the replay, the throw goes up. Davis again, caught short, makes up the distance. I'm not sure he had that one under control. See again from the low angle. There's no way he ever had that caught, I'm afraid. And I'm the better part of 70 meters away, and I'll tell you that. But the right call was made on the field. Sean Davis was right on top of it. He felt that, yeah, okay, fair enough. I took the disc out of your hands, and it's going to result in a goal. So Hot Chili now going to play defense again. We see Tom Regacki, the bird of prey, with the frisbee. The Outbreak O-line down there as well. They've looked pretty good, and well, it's 3-2 at the moment. No, sorry, it's 3-all. The score has just been changed. I mean, I'm so caught up in the game right now. Regacki is going to put up a big pull. This is a little bit awkward to catch. You see Roden let it bounce. He's going to get it to Ogden. He's going to go to Pilar Rogers, who's working in a focus isolation set. Whiten going to look to break the mark. Resets to Tonkin. Whiten with dominator movement. Ogden into space. He's going to get D'd. Excellent play there. Hot Chili going up. And Ogden's going to make the call. I mean, I just threw a bit of shade on the Hot Chili boys there, and I'm going to throw a bit of shade onto Sam Ogden. That's not a foul, champ. You got blocked. And they'll work it out. They'll work it out. That looked clean to me. It didn't affect Sam's bit on the disc, is what I'm going to stick with. Yeah, there might have been contact, but you see Fender climbs up there and gets to it first, you know. I think he made the play. I think that's a block. But Sam's made the call on the field. And I mean, we've got one either way so far. We were speaking yesterday about Ultimate being self-refereed and precedence. When the bar is set early, it'll never drop from there. The call in the end zone by the Hot Chili receiver, you know, it's kind of set the bar as to these calls, and this is just kind of a continuation of that. It looks like it will be contested. Sam doesn't look like he's going to give up on this call. So it'll go back to Whiten, who will get this chance again, and it'll continue from here. Outbreak will retain possession of the disc, ready to potentially move it down the field if they can. Ogden gets looked off. Whiten engages the dump. It's into space. Tonkin will get it. He's got Pilar Rogers in a lot of space. Tom Regaki playing some lazy defense out there, playing in the space rather than on the man. Whiten goes into space. It floats again. This time Ogden comes up with it. He's close to the end zone. Pilar Rogers is going to come up with that one. Regaki, those wide, that massive wingspan, nearly getting himself a block there. Looks like there's a pick call in the stack. Pilar Rogers, one of the... that is very, very close. We just see on the replay there, I was distracted a little bit, trying to see what happened there. And I mean, it was so close. Rob Whiten working underneath here a lot. Pilar Rogers, he's not going to get to it. I was about to say that Whiten was going to be... One's a very good receiver. Ogden caught underneath the bid. He's got it. What a catch. Hot Chili now on the end zone. They're in the red zone. They could have a chance to score and go up in this game. There's another bid to back it up. And Hot Chili with an early lead in this one, going up 4-2 against Outbreak Mountain. Whoa, what a point. Double layout to finish. Excellent athleticism down the stretch by the Hot Chili receivers. Top stuff there. We see on the replay the throw from the GAC. You got to expect it. He is one of the best throwers in the world. Just leads the receiver, and well, the receiver does the rest. The throw probably wasn't that great. And then the throw to the open side. Outbreak just not able to cover their man. Warren, no, it's not Warren White. It was, might have been Pilar Rogers, actually. Receiver just getting in front and doing the rest. Athleticism winning the day there. And that's a really nice break for Hot Chili, who are showing their class here early. 4-2 is the lead. See, Pilar Rogers is actually going to stay on the line here. Arguably one of the best players South Australia has ever produced. Remember, in his prime, he was physically dominant, an intimidating player. I have never seen a player as physically scary as Joel Pilar Rogers in his prime. He's probably lost a step recently. I mean, he is over 30 these days, but still that dominance, you still see flashes of it now and again. He winds back the clock. He doesn't throw as far as he used to, and well, he's definitely not as fast as he used to be, but his skills and his experience are certainly world class. He had several campaigns with the Dingoes. He's been to Worlds, part of a club team a couple of times as well. And he is the heart and soul of this South Australian team, and he has been for a very long time. It's going to be a brick here. Pilar Rogers picking it up. I think he's going to have to pull out something special today. He's up against Tom Regaki, another legend of the game. Oh, Pilar Rogers gives Eichner the nod. And this is a little bit similar to what Tom Regaki does with the disc. One throw, one score. Eichner, I mean, he looks very, very similar to another South Australian kid called Tallis Schmitz. I'm not sure where Schmitz is playing this year, but Joel always has that one receiver that he likes. That one guy that he wants to put it up to. Years ago when it was Karma, it was Alec Deslanders, was Joel's man for a very long time. Dominant receiver down the stretch. And well, it looks like Eichner's going to fill that role. You see the nod on the camera. That's the, oi, run in the end zone, dude. And then Eichner, he lets his legs do the rest. He takes off probably 3 or 4 yards outside the end zone, but power and athleticism, he ends up in the end zone with the disc. And that's 3-4. Outbreak are down at the moment, but steadying point on offense just keeps them in the game. You would say if they went down there, they went down an extra break, could have been an early finish, but it is on here. And looks like Tom Regacki is actually going to play offense here. Junker is out there, Mark Junker. Looks like Mike Baker as well, Mike Larson. So there's the pull. Looks like Gacky's going to play down the field as a receiver. And Tonkin's going to have that assignment. Junker goes deep with the forehand. What a throw. Mike Baker in space. Oh, in the old days, Mike Baker, he would have eaten that. I mean, Mike is... I've played against Mike quite a few times, and I've actually matched up with him because we're fairly similar players. He's got a couple of inches on me, but he's a handful to mark. You see Sean Davis, strong defender, and well, Mike just got away from him there. Awareness of where on the field he needed to get to. Wilson Tran now with the disc. It's going to go back to Andy Baddocks on the sideline. Baddocks will break, go to the middle of the field. Davis hits the under, and all the snipers claimed a victim there. I'm not sure what happened. I was screened by some players in front of me. We'll go back to the replay there and see if he's all right. Hopefully he's okay. Alexander is going to limp it off. They're asking me if there's a call. We see on the inside. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, the ankle just goes on him. Unfortunate there. Sam Ogden's just going to pick him up and fireman carry him off the field. Sammy, you hunk of meat. So Hot Chili are actually going to get a gift here. I mean, that's unfortunate. His ankle has just gone from underneath him, and well, it results in Hot Chili getting a possession here and a chance to go down the field after they turned it over. Oh, Tom Regacki comes under and demands the disc. Nice throw into space. Junker again. He fakes the hammer. Oh, the throw in the end zone. Hot Chili play steady. They score their O point downwind. And Outbreak, well, they're going to rue their chances there. They have the disc. But it's just the sniper in the trees claiming a victim. Alexander goes down like he's shot. And well, the throw in the end zone is just very, very nice. Outbreak unable to contain the receivers there. Great throw by Junker into the end zone. Mark Junker, great player from Victoria. He's just been so good for so long. Phenomenally fast. Looks like his throws have also improved over the years. And that's kind of natural, but I remember him being this phenomenal receiver that had been playing for a while, but still couldn't throw very well. But I mean, when you play with the GAC, you don't really need to throw. All you really need to is a 5-meter backhand to give it back to him, and then you run back downfield again. And when you've got speed like Junker does, I mean, it's very, very easy to get that disc down the stretch. See a lot of the old Ultimate Evolution boys cruising past the commentary box with their various spawn in tow. Warren White with the frisbee. Going to move it to Foley on the far sideline. Back to Pilar Rogers. Ogden. Roden. Goes long. It's a flat throw. Nice bid. Eichner unable to reel that in. And all of a sudden, Outbreak looking a little bit shaky in this game. They're under a bit of pressure here. But Hot Chili have it all to do. They're in the coffin corner. The wind is coming straight into their face at the moment. It's a bit blustery. It has picked up to about 5 or 10 knots now. Horizontal scheme. Hot Chili going to work under. Downfield receivers covered pretty well. They're going to struggle to generate flow. It's always the problem with a horizontal set. It's done very well. Outbreak, it's going to pop up. Pilar Rogers gets himself a block. He's on the end zone line. He's going to go to space. Warren White, a bit of an ugly bid there from the Hot Chili player, and that's an Outbreak score. They're going to level themselves out, calm themselves down. 4-5 the scoreline now. So see that disc, the wind, it just popped up. Pilar Rogers, he's a finisher when it comes to the disc near the end zone, and oh, that is an ugly bid. Johnny not impressed. Those are the bids that have been in the ultimate media of late. There was a lady from America who had a knee shattered by a similar bid. Just a player laying out into her. It was in a mixed tournament, I believe, a male bid for the disc. It was an ugly bid and absolutely ruined her knee. Talk about remove the bad bid from the game of ultimate. And we saw quite a few bids yesterday. I know Lipari was involved in one that were okay. You know, generally speaking, when the play is headed in a direction and both players are bidding in the same direction with nobody in front of them, and there's a bit of contact, it's kind of inevitable, but it's fun because there's no real impact there. You've got two players heading in opposite directions, and that just is going to sail out. Lace over-rotating on the pull. So it'll come back in. Tom Regaki's going to pick this one up. One of his Hot Chili teammates there. He just told him to put it on the ground, which is the correct way of doing things. So horizontal set now from Hot Chili. Man defense for Outbreak. And that looks like Baker heading for the end zone. What a throw. Ooh, a little bit of an ugly bid there. Regaki unable to find his man there. A little bit too far again. Like Mike Baker should be getting on in the years, but I wouldn't say that he's lost a step. And this is a W of all things. A weird looking offense. Primary unders and primary deeps in a horizontal. That is ugly at the moment. They've got no separation and no throwing lanes, but they find a way. Tran near side, giving width to the offense. It's going to reset back to Baddix. Baddix looking, he's going to reset. Davis goes around. There's a foul call, but it's going to continue. Great defensive play there from Baker. He nearly got a big piece of it, but Baddix with some good throws there, getting it off. Alexander looks to have shaken off the sniper shot. He goes inside break to Lace, who dishes to Davis. Davis goes again. He resets to Lace. Lace in the middle of the field, goes pro backhand again by Baddix. Middleton now gets the mark on his knees. Lace fakes the underthrow, goes around to Schrader. A little bit of a miscommunication there between Baker and Junker. Pick called in the stack. I think this is probably good for both teams. Outbreak a chance to have a breath and sort out what they're doing here. They've kind of run into a brick wall. Hot Chili, all of a sudden, they give up 60 metres in the blink of an eye, but the last 20, it's hard work. Well, it's probably closer to 40 metres that they gave up. But that defense all of a sudden is very, very good. Davis is going to reset back to his fellow Sean of the Lace variety. That throw is not going to be any good, but Alexander with the awareness, he points. He goes through the mark. Physical throwing presence there from Alexander. Davis now, he's going to break the mark, but it pops up in the air. It's going to be a contest in the end zone. The gack is in there. It bounces. It falls to the ground. It looks like no call. Baddix is going to go. Tom Regaki, he hucks it from the back of the end zone. Baddix, he's in the area. He's going to body Hot Chili receiver who completely misread the disc. I mean, Tom Regacki picks up the disc and hucks it from the back of the end zone to his receiver, who just lost it. He's got to be aware. He's got to be thinking, hey, I got a player who can throw this disc 100 meters on his day. So Lace is going to go reset the Outbreak offense. Alexander now to Tran, one-handed behind him. Tran goes long to Sweet As. Brett Middleton working against Tyron Regacki. The breeze just taking the life out of the disc, deflating it completely. See here, it just died, blading over and falling to the turf. Unfortunately there for Tran. He's played a pretty good game so far. Looks like there's a switch going to be called here. Alexander's going to be marking up against the bird of prey. And I'd have to say that that's a mismatch. The experience and height differential is large. I would say that's the better part of 10 inches between the two. Junker with the frisbee. It's going to go pro backhand. It's going to pop up. Mike Baker with the awareness goes to the poach. Tran come off his man. Hot Chili running it fast down the sideline. It was called not in by some, and Brett Middleton, though, is gesturing that that was a goal. We'll have to go back to the replay. We've seen so many of these over the years where they've caught it with a foot down and then jumped in the end zone. So we'll go back and we'll see what happened there. Fast offense down this near sideline, though. We see 1-2 combinations. The Outbreak defenders nowhere near. Yeah, he's you guys are seeing what we're seeing, and I mean, we've got the benefit of slow motion replay. But it's funny because clearly the receiver, we know what he's trying to do, but he just doesn't have the presence of mind to actually pick up his foot before he catches the frisbee. It's always hilarious to watch it because it takes a lot of presence of mind to actually pull that play off. But we're going to have a timeout here. We see Hot Chili huddled up, and Tom Regacki is gesturing. I think there's some stern words being thrown around there, whereas Outbreak are a little bit scattered across the field. They're just kind of taking stock and just trying to talk things over. I believe we have the score incorrect again. So we'll get that corrected as we come out of this timeout. I'm going to take a quick break, and ladies and gentlemen, after this message from our sponsors, we'll be right back.
Alti.tv.
Okay, welcome back. We're coming out of the timeout now, and Outbreak just taking a bit of time here to talk. Hot Chili, some stern words by Tom Regacki, and then they broke very quickly. The D-line quickly into their respective end zone, ready for their pull. And they were set on the line before Outbreak had even huddled up. So Outbreak really looking to calm themselves down, I think. They're under pressure here in this game. They're down a break, down 2 breaks actually now. as they receive to start. But a lot can happen in Ultimate. We're 35 minutes into this 80-minute time slot. Michael Larson with the disc. Formerly of Townsville many years ago. Formerly of America even before that. Roden. Right now there's a bit of a junk look from Hot Chili. What a throw from Whiten. Not known for his throws, but his abilities have clearly improved through the cup. Ogden combining with Roden. Back to Pilar Rogers. Ogden, experienced handler. Very long for a handler as well. He stands probably close to 6 foot. And if not 6 foot, well, he probably just needs to wear some shoes. That's a goal. As I said, Ogden just finding the opening there, finding the right pass. Whiten, I believe, caught the goal for Outbreak, bringing this game to 5-6 now. It's been a hotly contested game. See Pilar Rogers, pro backhand to Ogden here, open side. He's just going to pump it a little bit, try and manipulate the defense with his eyes, with his arm, and then find Whiten. Good location on the disc as well. You see Ogden throw it to Whiten's right, and because the location of the disc is on the other side of Whiten's body, the defender can't make a play on it unless he wants to channel the Canadians there and go through the man. These have calmed down actually a little bit. We had a lot of calls early in the game. Lots of discussion, but teams have settled a bit, and I think we might see the contention come back later in the game. As things get tighter and the end of the game and a potential winner gets closer, might see the emotions start to rise a little bit, the tempers fray, and some shockers, maybe. A blading pull from Andy Baddix is going to get stopped and passed by Junker to Mike Larson. Larson's going to find Tom Regacki, who's not going to get that disc. It just sails a little bit on him. And Outbreak defense with an opportunity here. It looks like they're going to set in their W horizontal set. It's a niche offense that I have not seen very often at all. I only know about it because I read a Frisbee book. And I've never actually seen anyone run it. Newcastle used to run a U horizontal set. And I believe there's a few other teams that tried it as well, but none that have run out of a W. Schrader now near sideline. Chile doing a good job stuffing the receivers. Baddix is going to take a bit of contact there, and it was knocked to the ground by a Hot Chili receiver. It sailed on him. The disc, that leading edge just being up in the air. Schrader, you see. Baddix actually with reasonable body position. And uncontested foul. Yeah, the defender just clattered into him. A little bit unfortunate. It happens sometimes. Pro backhand. Davis with the Frisbee. Looking. They're struggling to generate any kind of width. They're just stuffing it down this near sideline. Andy Baddix with the Frisbee. Going to go to Sean Davis, who goes low to secure that. There's a call on the field. Looks like a pick, if my hand signal knowledge is correct. So Baddix will receive the disc. I believe the disc should stay with the swing though, as the pick wouldn't have had any impact on that part of the play. Davis with the Frisbee near side of the field. He's got the end zone near where he is. Stall is getting high with a floaty pass back to Andy Baddix, who's just inside the red zone. He's going to break the mark very nicely to Greg Schrader. Eichner now looks to Davis, dominator movement. Eichner leading the offense. The young receiver, he's showing that he's got some talent here. Andy Baddix been a rock thus far. Seen none of those none of those throwaways are bidding low. And I'm not sure who that is on the ground there. Might be Wilson Tran. I mean, both him and Mike Larson by the looks of it. No, it wasn't Mike. That throw from Davis is extremely low. Great bid from both players. He might have got that. It looks like it's bounced around in there. Whether or not it's touched the ground, that's going to take a better eye than me. And Tran looks to be in some discomfort on the ground there. Whiten tending to his teammate. We'll go back to the replay again. See if we can spot here, because it bounces off his hand. Doesn't look like the hot chili player touches it. See, it bounces off his left hand into his body. Has it touched the ground in there? It's that's an interesting one. I wouldn't begrudge Hot Chili for sending this one back and saying that disc was down. And I wouldn't begrudge Wilson Tran for insisting that that disc was up. But looks like we've got a few players talking over at the moment. Whiten in there. It looked interesting, that's for sure. The bid from the defender was good too. He was right there, put a lot of pressure. And often when you see that layout kind of contest with both players off their feet towards the disc, there will be contact as they approach the location of the disc, right? Because both players are heading towards the same spot, right? They're heading towards where the disc is, which means there's going to be contact as they arrive at the disc. And I think that, I really think that it's a hard call, you know. We've got the advantage of action replay. It may have touched the ground in there. Just whether Tran has managed to maintain his grip on the disc. It looks like it will return to Andy Baddix. Well, that's an extra throw. It should have gone back to Sean Davis, but I'm confused. Maybe there was a pick called. Schrader trying to cram it in the cram hole here. Brett Middleton, nice play there from Larson. And I mean, he's got that between his legs. What? Schrader is going to, no, Schrader's going to leave that one on the ground. I mean, he looked, no, it hits the ground there as he's trying to get control of it. That's Pony with the disc. He looks a little nervous with the frisbee. Yeah, oh. And it's almost like I knew something. He proceeds to throw it away, unable to hit Junker on that underneath cut. You can see he was just a little bit nervous with the frisbee, wanted to get rid of it quickly and get downfield and start running again. Sean Davis is going to call timeout on the sideline. That call. I mean, we had some stats yesterday. Declan Brady, our stats man, came in and told us nothing ever good happens after a timeout. And I proceeded to back that up with a statistic of 75% of statistics are made up on the spot. So we'll see what happens after this break. I'm going to grab a quick drink of water and we'll head to some messages from our sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, this game is shaping up to be a hot one.
Alti.tv.
We're back here, Strathalbyn, South Australia, and we have Outbreak on O. It'll work out of that horizontal. Schrader elevates, catches. Foley catches the break, goes open side. Alexander, and that is the break that they needed. As we can see, it is true, 75% of statistics are made up. And Outbreak leveled this game at 6-all. I mean, that throw from Davis was wobbly. It had the speed wobbles on. That Schrader just fakes Larson out, gets him to bite on that open side throw, and then Foley with a pro backhand to the open side. Alexander showing no ill effects of that hit from the sniper earlier. I saw him go down like a sack of potatoes. He seems fine. He got in the end zone there, and he enjoyed it too. So just a quick chat there with Mike Palmer, who's cluing me in on this Outbreak offense. It's not a W, it's a hexagon with a focus. I mean, that's just kind of loopy. You know, I'm still yet to be convinced on on how good it is. And Outbreak haven't shredded Hot Chili by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, I like that they're innovating. It's good. Larson is going to reset the disc. Looks like maybe Carlos Casablanca, maybe. Oh, Alexander just getting shredded there. Ragaki, far side, who's going to. That's a bit of a pro move. It looked like a travel, but I'm not sure he actually traveled. It just looked like those super long pins of the bird of prey. Has a leg span of approximately 5 meters. Can leap tall buildings in a single bound. See here it, yeah, just Junker getting free there. Receiver prowess, and Alexander unable to cover him. See here, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he didn't look like he changed direction there. I think that's good. It looked like he got that back foot set as he threw. And, well, after as many Worlds campaigns as he's been through, you learn a trick or two, I think. I think there's more to see yet from the bird of prey. So we are at 7-6 now. Hot Chili on defense. The chance to maybe take half if they can get the break here. It'll be the Outbreak O-line back on the field. Pilar Rogers. I think Outbreak, if they go down 8-7 at half, I think that they're happy with that. They had a rough first half, but they've clawed it back. They've leveled it up. They are still down the break, okay, because they received to begin. But when you're within one, it's close enough. That pull is ugly. It's going to bounce, blade, roll. And that's in the next postcode. So it'll take a little bit of time for Roden to go track that disc down. And when he comes back, he will bring it back on the front of the end zone. And yeah, now that it's been pointed out to me, I can see the hexagon. That's weird as shit. I'm not going to lie to you. I like the idea of an isolation on Pilar, but maybe not against Ragaki of all players. See lots of clearing cuts. And it looks like each receiver just replaces the player in front of them. See Tom Roden now in that focus position, middle of the field. Pilar Rogers is going to work to it now. I can see how the offense is supposed to flow. It's an interesting offense, and I don't know, maybe we're seeing something. Oh dear, that throw from Roden. Sam Ogden's going to call an injury here. He went down heavily. I've seen a ton of bricks come down gentler than that. He is not graceful when it comes to getting on the ground. Oh yeah, that's just all kinds of awkward. I mean, Sammy makes the occasional layout, but there's just some things in the world that don't look right. And Samuel Ogden hitting the ground is one of them, I think. It looks like it hurts real bad every single time. Credit for effort, but damn. Oh, Ben Foley, do you want it or not, son? It's just in front of his face. And cram it in the cram hole. Hot Chili are going to go up a point here. That's really not what Outbreak wanted. They're down in this game. They've got it all to do. A hard fight in the second half yet to come. It's got, well, they're going to have about 25 minutes after half to do the rest of it. We see Regaki and Ben Foley. It's there for you, son. You've done the hard work. You've done the hard yards to get yourself in position. Leave your feet and get the disc, buddy. Results in a Hot Chili score. And we're going to have a halftime break here. We'll have a few messages from the sponsors. I'm going to go have a drink. And we'll be back for the second half of this semi-final action in the men's division here. Southern Regionals 2018, Strathalbyn, South Australia. Lovely place, and it looks like it's going to rain. Excellent. Half-time has been run, done, and won. I'm not sure which team would have won half-time. Johnny Warren White giving me a utterly perplexed look. These are the jokes, Johnny. They don't get any better. And Warren White's going to remain politically silent on that one. Really good move. So Outbreak coming out on D now after half-time. Down by 2 in this game. And this could make things difficult for them in terms of nationals. I believe it's 3 spots for a South Australian men's team. If they lose this game, they go to the 3-4 playoff. Mike Baker now with the frisbee. He's going to go to Carlos' side. Casablanca. He's going to go back the other way. Vertical stack. Ooh, the huck. I mean, the receiver had some separation. Oh, big bid there. Alexander getting off his feet, able to recover quickly. And so there's a call. Pick, maybe. Yeah, pick. Double bicep. Front double bicep in the bodybuilding parlance. A pick here this weekend at Southern Regionals. Oh, there's the hug. Going to air it out. Mike Larson underneath it. So Sean Lace. Schrader goes up. Larson, he rips it down over 2 Outbreak defenders. Great play there by the American. Climbing up there, ripping that disc down. He beats 2 to do it. See here, just a great read. Schrader unable to find the disc there. He just lost it. And well, Sean Lace, shorter man from behind. You're never going to make that block. If you're the shorter player, you've always got to get to the front and try and make the receiver make the play. Make them go over you. So Outbreak now. They're going to come out on offense. Chance to steady the breeze. This is it's back to about 5 knots again. Did kick up there for a little bit, but it's blustering. I was talking to Mike Baker from Chile. He said the wind is making things interesting out there. Perspective of one of the players. Tom Regacki now with the frisbee. Going to be pulling for the Hot Chili D line. Quite a lot of D actually today, Tom. Nice flat throw. It's going to sit and float. I mean, that's a textbook pull there. Pilar Rogers is going to have a receiver. Eichner going deep. He gestures. Not really much down the field. He's going to have to move the frisbee. Warren White's going to catch a 3-meter gainer. Whiten gets separation up the line. Looks off the receiver. He's going to look low. He's going to look for Warren White now on the reset. Warren White, that rangy stride, gets him up the line. Ogden into space. Eichner, the end zone. Outbreak. When they're firing, their offense looks pretty good. They went through a bit of a rough patch there initially. Pilar Rogers got a little bit caught with the disc, but we see just Warren White, those long strides, getting himself some separation. Ogden, and then the backhand into space. Eichner, separation. He's an athletic talent, that's for sure. Young Eichner from Adelaide. Looking forward to seeing how he develops. Couple of nationals campaigns, and he's going to be quite the handful for defenses. So Hot Chili now going to play some offense. Going to be Junker, Larson, Baker, Casablanca. And I'm doing what I can with the names. Hopefully I'm not getting them wrong. I mean, I'm probably triggering the live chat right now. Everyone's like, that's not who you think it is. Well, too bad. I'm going to call them what I think they They are, and if I'm wrong, well, maybe I'll get it right next game. And for one of these teams, there won't be a next game. Their tournament is on the line here. Mike Larson now with the Frisbee. Gonna find Mike. Yes, that's Baker with the disc. He's got a free receiver. Oh, he delays such a long time. But he finds him, falls short of the end zone. They've got yards to go. Hot Chili, punch it in. That's 10-7. I thought the throw wasn't there. Baker pivoted, he turned, he swiveled. And then he pivoted and turned swiveled some more, and then he threw it. You see, he goes the look away, he stops, and then he throws it anyway. Casablanca stays with the cart, comes here to the near side. Ended up being a deep out cut. He was heading down the middle of the field, ends up going sideways, and well, Mike Larson with the finish in the end zone. Schrader unable to stop that short dishy pass. Good offense, 10-7, and 15 minutes now on the game clock. So we may see this go to 15, but I doubt it. More likely that it's going to be a game to 12 or 13. Meanwhile, Hoss, Wuck and no Wuck, 12 each by the looks of it, going around the grounds. That's a lot of fun. I think the Wuck team are panicking a little bit. They shouldn't be down to their non-Wuck side. But they are. And well, we'll get to watch one of them very shortly. Depending on who wins, of course. Immediately after this game, we're going to see the women's final, which I am looking forward to. Seen a lot of good ultimate. So here's the pull. Tom Regaki's got the headband. Warren White goes white, and that is a god-awful throw. Pilar's going to make a call there. And Joel Pilar-Rogers is going to, he's just going to try and take it back. I mean, they're all having 6 grabs at it, and well, you have to say, and someone will correct me on my rules knowledge here, if both players grab the disc at the same time, I believe it's the offense's disc. So it'll be contested, it'll go back to Whiten, who'll move to Ogden. The Outbreak offense will reset and try and move it here. It is a zone look. The scuba over the top to Tonkin. Ogden works into the cup. Big shoulders there, hard to bid around that. Ogden just driving the offense right now through the Chile zone. They're going to transition out of that zone into a man look now. Tonkin is going to look open side. Eichner is not going to get it. Eichner's kind of clogging the dump. Now, Tonkin to the far side of the field. There's a lot of Outbreak players over there, and Joel Pilar-Rogers reaches up there, and it's going to come back. It's a stall by the looks of it. So Tonkin's going to have this one again. He's going to have to make the same throw. And based on the positioning of the Outbreak receivers, I think that he should be okay. Pony's shaking his head. He doesn't like it. Warren White's involved in the conversation. Tonkin is shaking his head as well. I think the general rule with stalls is anytime you think it's close, it's not a stall. Because generally you speed up through the count, and 8, 9, and 10 come within the space of about a second and a half. A push pass to the defense. Going to result in Hot Chili's hands. Regaki going to come this near sideline. Regaki is free at the moment. Pilar-Rogers has poached off him. I'm not sure that's wise, and that's why he's going to air it out. The receiver has run away from the Frisbee. Bids, doesn't get it. It's a little bit of inexperience there, I think. Didn't read it quite well out of the hands. Put too much air between him and the disc and couldn't quite reel it in there at the end. Roden pumps the long throw. Warren White's going to receive it now. Eichner. Pilar-Rogers drops that. It's a bit stiff out there, Pilar Rogers. And Tom Regacki picks up the disc and punches it in the end zone. Hot Chili all of a sudden are on top in this one. Pilar Rogers and his boys from Outbreak Mountain are going to need to climb the proverbial mountain here. They've got it all to do. They're going to have to find something special. Regacki, he misses the inside-out backhand. Or he would probably tell you that the receiver misread it originally. But then he punches it, the forehand to Pony, who's had a pretty good game thus far. He's caught a couple of goals, had a couple of bids on the disc. He's going to be happy with his performance here today. He's going to have something to certainly reflect on. And it's looking like Hot Chili will play, who knows which one of the Melbourne teams, the heads of state teams, the WUC and no WUC. Tight game over there. It looks like it's 13 all at the moment. So it's on for young and old between the two HOS teams. It looks like Carlos Casablanca is going to be pulling here for Hot Chili, their defensive line. This is their opportunity to really break Outbreak. This could destroy Outbreak if they get a break here. Outbreak have got to work this upwind. Their offense has been not really convincing all day. Hot Chili go in, they convert this if they get a turn. This game is theirs to lose. Nice pull there from Casablanca. It's going to sit, slide fractionally. Rodin, Ogden, Rodin. Another zone look. I wonder if this is another transitional idea from Hot Chili. Pilar Rogers is going to jack it, and he's going to back in Eichner, but the disc is sailing. It's going sideways. Casablanca, the small man, makes the play there. Eichner unable to sky his smaller opponent. And this is what I've been talking about. When you're the smaller player, you've got to work to the front. You've got to make the bigger guy make the play over you. There's a big huck going the other way. Johnny Warren White's underneath it. It's an inch perfect throw. The dump. Hot Chili now on the doorstep. This could be the turn that they want. Play to the sideline. Ben Foley gets burnt up the line, and that is a score. Hot Chili convert the turn, 12-7. And this game is definitely Hot Chili's to lose right now. Outbreak. It looks like they may have lost this one. That throw was perfect. Warren White just not close enough there on the D. Foley trying to get the mark on, we see, but the movement, and then Foley, he just is too slow to move. And the quick dominator movement from the Hot Chili O. It puts them well in front in this one. I think Outbreak, after this tournament is finished, I think they're going to spend a lot of time looking at this game, analysing what happened, where it went wrong, and try and fix that ahead of Nationals, if they even make it. If they lose here, they've got to win their next one to be assured of that Div 1 berth. And it's a bit of a crying shame if South Australia are unable to get a team into Div 1. And they get beaten out by the second heads of state team. We still don't have an update on the score between the WUC and non-WUC heads of state game. Still looks like it might be 13s. So here's the pull. Blading pull. Rodin is going to juggle it. Pass it to Warren White immediately and then get a bit of movement going. And it's another zone look. Joel Pillar is just going to throw a very swilly one. It's going to be a foul. Uncontested. I like that. You've got to go for that D. I mean, he's caught Warren White a little bit there, and that's fine, you know. You're not going to begrudge the man that. He's made a good call. Oh, and that's a blitz, if ever I've seen one. It's about 4 people around the a disc. Eichner is going to go in the middle of the field. Warren White has Pilar Rogers in space here on the near sideline. That's Lace. And they're going to transition out of their zone to man. We heard the calls, rather, earlier down the field. Roden is still unmarked. And Outbreak all of a sudden hit a brick wall again. We saw this earlier in the game. Nice break throw there. Eichner. Looks like there's a pick call. And Eichner's going to get this one back. Warren White looks like he's going to be the man. They're going to try and work to short pass under, just off the front of the stack there. Eichner's going to move it to Sean Lace. Lace back to Eichner with good dominator movement. Ogden with the trundling travel. Doesn't get called. He's going to reset this. The poach comes, and Roden unable to get there. The receiver goes instantly. Hot Chili now with the disc again, and another opportunity to break. Outbreak. The huck goes up. It's going to sit. Ogden, Pilar Rogers, Pony. Nobody reads it. Pony, he is able to recover after neither Ogden nor Pilar Rogers could make the play. Outbreak are on the ropes here. They're down another break. The throw was good. Nice low release inside out. It does sit up though. It gives the Outbreak defenders a chance to make a play. And it just bounces off one of their hands. Pony making the adjustment, coming down with the goal. That's another one for him today. He's had a nose for the end zone. And definitely a talent for coming down with the goals here. 13-7 is the score. Outbreak back on offense. Looks like Pilar Rogers is going to take a seat for this one. Under 5 minutes now remaining on the game clock until time cap. I'm surprised the points have moved a little bit faster than the first half. We could maybe have a game to 15. But that's definitely not going to happen if Outbreak score a point in here somewhere. So Junket looks like he's going to be pulling for the Hot Chili defense. Seen some good pulls heading right to left. Tom Wagaki has had some rippers. He's going to go outside in, so this will be an awkward one to get under control. He's going to bounce. Sean Davis goes with two hands, nice and safe. Davis getting low, catching that pass, goes through the cup to Baddix. Andy Baddix to Tonkin. Tonkin pumps the pass to Baddix, doesn't throw it. The trap is on. And the zone is very loose. You see that the upfield cup that would normally be close to the disc is actually sitting off a little bit. And there's the transition. We've seen a lot of these transitionary zones from Hot Chili this game, especially in the second half here. Hammer, it's going to blade over and Helix. I mean, that is one way to rip an O point. Sean Davis standing up for his team. That is a hell of a throw. Sean, of course, started playing Ultimate many years ago. As a result of his brother Chris Davis started playing. Has since played Worlds and has developed into quite the talent for South Australia. See Alexander here with the disc. He's just going to move it back to Sean. No, he's not going to move it back to Sean. Schrader. Sean, I want to see this. He throws that hammer over a guy that's got a head on him. His defender was about a head taller and he hammers it straight past his ear. That's confidence there and well executed. Saw the receiver, made the throw. That's not something everyone can do. Andy Baddix looks like he's going to be pulling now for the defense, the Outbreak defense. And it looks like we have a result in the WUC, non-WUC heads of state match-off. It looks like the WUC team has prevailed in the end. It might have gone to Universe Point. This ball's going to go out of bounds. And it looks like it rolled out of bounds. So, Mike Larson bring it in. Tom Regacki is going to be working against Sean Lace. Big size mismatch. Oh, and that throw is going to end up in the hands of a Hot Chili receiver, and they've got people streaming deep. When it rains, it pours. Outbreak just can't take a trick at the moment. It's just all against them. Hot Chili, just when you think they've thrown it away, a receiver pops up from nowhere, catches the pass, and then hucks it for a goal. No worries. See, that was a god-awful throw. Mike Larson completely missing Baker on the under. It's caught by a rando receiver out of the stack who hucks it for the goal. Sometimes in Ultimate, you do your best to create your own luck, and sometimes you've just got no luck at all. So this is the opportunity now for Hot Chili to win this game. If they get the turn, they've got the opportunity to put this one away, move forward into the final against the WUC heads of state team, Melbourne Juggernaut, as they've styled themselves this tournament. See, as we hear rather, men's time cap. Announcer's doing a great job here. As with all the tournament crew from Southern Hills Ultimate Association Incorporated Group. And Hot Chili, their defense has been good. It has forced this Outbreak offense to really work hard, and it's been fits and starts for Outbreak when they've had possession of the disc. See the hexagon rather look. Ogden's going to hug it. Tonkin, Pony. Pony's going to read it best and grab that cleanly by the looks of it from here. Tonkin's going to make a call. And looks like it might be, well, they're going to sort it out. There's a bit of sideways. As he went up. They'll sort it out. So Sean Lace telling us that Martin Tonkin is the spirit captain for Outbreak. And he's going to retract his call. So he is definitely the spirit captain there, because between you, me, the microphone, and the millions of people we have joining us from around the globe, that was a howler if he stuck with that call. Anyway, Hot Chili are going to have their opportunity now. Oh, nice. That was a beautiful around backhand break. Hot Chili now, they're halfway down the field. Opportunity to finish this game and put Outbreak away. Pilar with a big bid. He senses that his team needs something, and he nearly had it. Hot Chili now on the edge of the red zone. Oh, the throw is just out of reach. Outbreak get a life in this one. There's Pilar Rogers. You see him loom. Oh, he is so close to getting it. Layout D on the under there. Less of a layout, more of a rolling collapse. Well, we're not going to begrudge a man for getting after it. Nice around throw. Pilar Rogers in a good spot. He's going to huck it to Eichner. It's low. Eichner makes the catch low on the sideline. It's going to get called down by Pony in the middle of the field. I think that was up. It looked like he had it in his hands as he went to the ground. We'll get a replay. And, don't know, maybe. I wonder if he had it under control. That's the question, isn't it? It's always the question. Did he have it under control as he makes contact with the ground? Looks like it's going to be a retracted down call. And it will stay with Eichner. Of course, if it was a contested down call, it would have gone back to the thrower, which was Pilar Rogers. Pilar Rogers now with the disc inside the red zone. That's Roden looking. He's got it in front of him. The end zone's right there. Does he try and finish? He does. And the block is made by Hot Chili, who knew it was coming. They sensed that Roden wanted to make that throw to Pilar Rogers, and the poach onto him was successful. Now a Chile with an opportunity. Great layout grab, maintaining possession for the Hot Chili D-line here. Oh, sharp throw into the middle. Nice break inside. Chile, they're on the far side of the field. They're inside the red zone. This could be it for Outbreak. Could this be the final nail in the coffin for the South Australian hopes and dreams of a top 2 seed out of Southern Regionals? The crowd is gathering. Some of the women that will be playing very shortly are on the sidelines as well. It'll be a top-notch women's final shortly. Oh, Chile in the red zone here. Oh, there's the break, and that's the goal. And that is it. Outbreak. Heartbreak for the Outbreak team. They come up short against a very, very silky Hot Chili team led by Tom Ragaki and some extremely talented, experienced core of players. And look at that throw, just beautiful. Keeps his foot down as he leads into that backhand, breaking the mark. So it's 15-8 here to finish, and that is it for the semi-final. We have the women's final coming up very, very shortly, which will be awesome. We'll see some top-notch ladies ultimate very shortly, and then the men's final after that, and that'll wrap up our Southern Regionals here for this year. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again very, very shortly.
Alti.tv.